another Midnight Joker review. What we watch after dark with the missus here. I'm Nathan Albers.
I'm Jenny.
And today we watched Batman and Superman, The Battle of the Super Sons.
Which is an animated
It's
DC
an animated
movie.
show. And really, I don't think DC gets enough credit on these animated movies, even though some of them are R even.
This one was PG-13.
This one was PG-13,
Yeah.
but it was great. I mean, it had what we need to see from the superheroes, and I felt like it was just as action-packed. I mean, I understand, live action and whatnot, but for some reason, so far it hadn't been able to translate. But these movies that they do animated, I'm always a huge fan of.
For sure. No, I mean, I thought this one was really good. It follows Jonathan Kent and Damian, I guess Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, and...
Yeah, because him and Ra's al Ghul's daughter,
Talia?
Talia.
Mm-hmm.
Talia al Ghul is his mother.
Mm-hmm. So they meanwhile, the Superman, Batman were taken over, as well as a lot of people by
Starro's back.
good old Starro,
He looked gnarly this time, though.
He did. I mean, I remember we saw him live action in the Suicide Squad second movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Rats floating in an eye. The Starro we saw this time. I think... But what I'm getting at is, maybe because it's the cartoon, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all. I thought that the whole movie was a lot of fun. I mean, and what's interesting is about this is the first time I heard this story was read to me on a channel that I'll give a shout out to, Comic Book Historian. Comic Book Historian covers a lot of these, and this is the first time I saw it. I mean, so I've kind of read it, but not really, because Comic Book Historian, kind of told me. But, it was the art I thought was up to par. I think, and Marvel does not get it quite as good when it comes to, I'm not saying comic book wise.
Yeah,
but when it comes to
animated
television or animation, DC's got them. On the short format and just literally getting to, in my opinion, it's getting to the point and get to the action and get out.
Yeah, because, this movie was only a little over an hour. So, but, it went by, I don't really remember any kind of draggy parts of it.
Well, no, and especially the development of the characters and the writing in this one was so well done.
Yeah, because Damian was already like, I'm an assassin, I'm kicking butt, but then Jonathan, he's just barely starting to come into his superpowers. So it's kind of his journey learning as more develop and...
Well, and I think they also complement each other, and they do this. It's a good team up. That's that is a, I guess, history addition to Batman and Superman, but I really feel like Jonathan and Damian are both yin and yang. Damian really doesn't play well with others, but he does. But there's something there that makes him play well with Superboy, and it's really,
even if he's making fun of him for like half the time, it's almost, you tell, and by the end they are friends.
Oh yeah, they're like fist bumping. We're going out with a bang.
But when you save the world together, you kind of have a bonding over that.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I thought that the side and sub characters like Green Arrow, Wonder Girl, they really used a lot of the Teen Titans were shown, and it was showing not like the Teen Titans that they have on HBO. And that's another good show, although that show has gotten a little...
The show Titans?
No.
Teen Titans, the animated.
No, I'm talking about it's Young Justice, and they didn't, and so you can almost tell like they're moving on from that, which I couldn't even really watch the last season because I thought it was so slow and just enough. I mean, I sometimes they have they had 2 huge runs with especially Batman, the animated series. And then the movies that came with that were just as good. And then, and I have seen bad Justice League movies.
Right.
You've seen them too, if I remember right.
Yeah, I mean, not every DC animated movie is a winner, but what I think is interesting is because they don't go to theaters, I think they can they're not having to try to make it like go for the masses, you know.
I would say though that maybe not for theater, but they should give a little more idea towards release. I think DC sometimes tries to save money by not advertising these. And they know it's a niche art. It's a niche group of old guys like me.
They're into the comics.
That you know, or not necessarily. I want something fresh and new, but you know, picking up a comic. Come on, I mean, I'm just playing, but yeah, very enjoyable. Very well written.
Yeah, happy ending.
Ending, you know. Of course.
Yes.
And a badass Starro again, man. That Starro was top 2.
8 legs and spiky and...
Yeah, but it also had this, like... It had grown what looked like a flowery, but jagged armor. You know? So this Starro is interesting. Now, one of the complaints some of the fan people have is, it's Superman's story again.
And that's kind of what I was thinking in the beginning, as they're like, here they're going to put the baby in the little spaceship as the planet blows up. And we've seen this a billion times. But at least in the credits in the beginning, they just kind of went in more of a comic book like style animation, zip through Clark Kent growing up, Mary and Lois having a baby, you know, so at least we didn't have to live through all that again.
Well, and I thought that was very well done. It was true. We needed to see Starro get on the plane or get on the ship.
Yeah, I mean,
and we need to see how he fell off, but still, you know, got there, you know, just by meteorites or whatever. What a great movie. I'm gonna say I give it a hard 8. I think there are people that this movie is not for some people.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it as politely as I can. It's for the people that have no imagination, that cannot let themselves go and just just suck yourself into the story, you know.
I mean, I think it would be enjoyable for a vast amount of people. You know, it is rated PG-13, which you think, oh my gosh, but I mean,
it's only the blood really that gets it.
Cartoon blood, and it said language, but I really didn't notice much language.
Well, they couldn't have said the F-bomb but once.
Yeah, and usually I can kind of pick it up, but I didn't hear it this time. I mean, she was like, mother, and then got cut off, but...
Yeah,
you know,
well, who knows?
Yeah, but... Yeah, so I don't think you have to be like, oh my gosh, my I mean, I think even our daughter who's 9 could handle it just fine.
Yeah. Now there are others like the Long Halloween, which has been done too, which is not a really good idea for the kiddos.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some of them are rated R for a reason. Kind of, especially like anything with like the Joker can get kind of real dark and real twisted real fast.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with your rating. I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10 as well. And I don't have like, I need to go back and watch it right away, but I enjoyed myself. I didn't feel like I wasted an hour of my life.
Right. Well, I do like going back and seeing these, watching this with a whole bunch of others. Because, we saw Batman versus Robin, which is kind of part of this universe.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, we both liked it. I'm going to play a trailer for you, or we're going to play a trailer for you right now.
And we did stream it on HBO. Came out in 2022. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to check it out.
But anyway, so here's the trailer.
This is the...
Welcome to the Batcave.
That's the Batmobile and the Batcomputer.
Who's the new kid?
John, this is Batman's son, Damian.
Ow!
Well, he's obviously not invulnerable.
Reminds me of us when we first met.
I was nicer.
What are you doing here?
Aliens are taking over the globe.
It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time.
Come on, farm boy. We gotta go save our dads. All right, Justice Dweebs. Let's do this thing.
So that was the trailer. This is Jenny. I'm Nathan. And have a love ya good time.